Hello everybody, welcome back for StarCraft 2 Action! Homestory Cup 26, we have Elazer going up against Harstem in a Group D. Now this is not super chronological order, but usually when I watch the Homestory Cup live, I take some notes, which games I want to take a look at later, and this was the only one that I noted down for this group. Or I think for all of the group stages. So we're going to take a look at it first. It's a ZVP. And the groups were of course played with the new patch hot off the presses. And what I remember is that Elazer wasn't like super practiced. He was playing a bit more Stormgate game. And also the patch just dropped like shortly before the tournament. So it's also just, do you have enough of an opportunity to play with people? Do you have practice partners? Did you ladder a bunch? Like, it takes a lot of time in a short period to really be ready for a tournament. If the patch drops like a week beforehand, right? You just need to be playing full time, even more than full time. So, what I remember is that Elazer is playing a bit more loose, a bit more freestyle. So, interested to see what happens here. That's why we're watching this game, basically, because I remember that Elazer had to kind of think on his feet, and that is when you see people play StarCraft, not just do their builds, but they're actually playing StarCraft. And of course, El Capitan, we see him play on his stream almost every day, so we know he has some semblance of preparation for this tournament, but he also has some caster duties to do, or at least I feel like he usually handles a bunch of the talent work at Homestory Cup, if you can call it that. So maybe that takes up a little bit of his time. Let's see what both players have prepared. I want to see some wacky stuff from Elazer, and I want to see some cool streamlined builds from Harstem. And then see who comes out on top. Elazer sends out a drone to a position that I guess could be your third base. But usually 9 out of 10 times people take this base. Okay. So Elazer getting a third base in a position where you don't find it every day. Or, yeah, like most ladder opponents will just build it here. One adept from Harstem, second adept from Harstem, and he has a Stargate build coming up. So standard from Harstem so far, except for the double adept that's now heading across the map. Let's see if Harstem finds... Oh. This hatchery. No, he does not see it. These two adepts are thinking about shading into the base. Wow, Elazer has 8 Zerglings ready to deal with that, and we see an Void Ray being chrono boosted out here by Harstem, so he's going for a Void Ray build. This usually indicates that you want to hide whatever you're going to do, because you can kill the Overlords, but it's also just safe against roaches and Ravagers, like Ravager Ling-All-Ins, that type of stuff. Like, you could also make a Phoenix, right, to kill Overlords as well. But Harstem really going for this Overlord, well, removal. And now this Voidress is going to stay at home. I'm a little confused on it. This Overlord, though, sneaky by Elazer, is going to get a scout off. Let's see what he finds shortly. This Voidra is now moving out. Going to try and do a little bit of harassment, perhaps. It finds this third base. Hadn't seen it before then. And maybe it was a reaction that he didn't find a third base, but I don't think he checked. No, Elazer did not check. Or a Harstem. And we have a fleet beacon coming out of Harstem as well. A second Stargate. You know that I want this to be Tempest, right? You know I want it. But it could also just be Phoenix. Could be carriers as well. I mean, it's probably not Void Rays, although we already have one Void Ray on the map, wherever it is. Ooh, Void Ray in the main. Alright, alright. And a lair comes out. We have 6 gases now on the map, and we... Yes! It's a Tempest! Oh, baby. Are we gonna see the Tectonic Stabilizers, which is basically the upgrade that lets Tempest do more damage to buildings? I don't think we're gonna see those. But we could. I think you need 5 or 6 Tempest to one-shot Queens. And so Elazer going into the Spire instead of Mass Queen for defense. We only see 3 Queens out of Elazer here. Grabbing a fourth base as well. Oracle. Kind of scouting around. Looking for the response of Elazer here. Does find the Roach Warren. But this Spire still unscouted so far. 2 Tempests are out. A Void Ray's out. Extra Tempests are coming out as well. And we see a Forge plus Twilight Console. And the Lings find the Tempest right away. Okay, so these Tempests already have some kills because of these Zerglings sacrificing themselves. Small contingent of gateway units getting ready here. How many gateways do we have on the map? Only 2. So 2 more being added on here for Harstem. Is investing a lot of money into these Tempest. And finds a 4th base to kill. Tempest are just clicking it down. Void Ray is going to help that. And a 3rd Tempest joins the fray. Where's that 4th Tempest? Did it get cancelled? It got cancelled. Oh, and the Spire did get scouted by Harstem. Probably with the Oracle. And a lot of Corruptors are now coming out. Oh, they're already flying across the map. That is very scary. So Elazer going for an instant 11 Corruptor build. And is now pushing with Lings and Ravagers behind it. If these Aryans get caught out, and they are getting caught out, the Corruptors dive on top of these super expensive air units, take down the Void Ray, take down the Tempest, and there's no super shield battery anymore, no nuclear battery. We have traded that in to give our sentry slightly more mana, or energy, in this game. And now Harstem, all he has left is a ground army. He's warping in Stalkers in the main. Those are not going to help in the front. Force field's going down, but the corrosive battles will make short work of that. And the ground army of Harstem just getting completely surrounded and killed by the Zerg army. These Corruptors making sure that all of these Stalkers aren't doing much. And now Harstem just doesn't have an army. 18 army supply to 66, and Elazer just giving us the 1-2 punch and takes down Harstem here. It seems like, unless... Harstem, can you hold on here? Can you shave off all of these units behind it? Elazer's making more units. Double hatchery as well. We do see a Mama ship starting on up. And oh, these Stalkers do get caught. The Ravagers ravaging. And now the 3rd base is getting clicked down. Elazer don't care anymore, and Harstem, GG's out. Elazer takes game number 1. Pretty convincingly scouts the Fleet Beacon and double Stargate with that cheeky Overlord maneuver. And Harstem had the Void Ray, wanted to get rid of those Overlords. But he found the one, and it was a red herring. That's a classic cognitive bias. If you find one mistake, you found them all. If you're a doctor and you look at somebody and you're like, I see the problem. It's a broken leg. Can't possibly be 2 broken legs. It can't possibly be. It's always only one. It's only the first leg that you find. Oh, my patient can walk. It's probably because they broke one leg. Cognitive bias. Yeah, very funny. Let's go to game number 2. And we load up into Amygdala for our game number 2. Elazer going for the extractor trick, playing that hypermodern Zerg. And Harstem low ground pyloning it up on a map without a ramp. Okay. I mean, this is CVP, so I guess you can do that. Let's see what Elazer has in store on Amygdala here. Is sending out the drone a little bit to see if there's a probe coming, so that it can go to one of the third base locations. Harstem, of course, down 1-0 in this series. It's only a best of 3, so if you get caught once, it's kind of rough. And honestly, last game, he just got scouted out by Elazer and hard countered. He knew exactly what was going on. Harstem was mining way too much gas, not investing enough into a ground army, and the expensive air units just couldn't stand against the 10 or 11 corruptors that Elazer was able to turbo out. And there was just no pressure going to come for Elazer as well, although he was already on 66 drones, right? So make TT rushing great again. Now, before the action kicks off, be sure that you subscribe to the channel if you want more StarCraft 2 action. A lot of these future videos are all going to be best of 3s because we're going to do the group stages, so they're going to be smaller and more bite-sized. And I just hope that you enjoy. 7 score, halfway done. Harstem just doing the standard build. Nothing to see here, boys. Elazer mining gas, actually. Probably going to go for the gas again, as in circling speed, and then get his drones out of that geyser and try and get a third base. The probe of Harstem does scout that, yes, there is a natural. We are playing a normal game so far. And of course, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful Christmas and or whatever holiday that you celebrate. Oh my god, did you see the probe just kind of bugged up? That was kind of funny. I've been trying to wear a different Christmas sweater for each of these casts, which I didn't buy them all for the casts, obviously. I got them over the years. I think my brother-in-law has been giving me a Christmas sweater, like an ugly Christmas sweater, for every year now for the last, like, 7 years or so, I think. Maybe a little less, but I have almost 10 of them. And this one is clearly the ugliest, honestly. Harstem going for another Void Ray build. So he feels like opening Void Ray is just good in this matchup. He's going for the double Adept again. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like it when players do this. When they have just the one build that they like opening with, and then they diverge into different strategies from there. Not sure how the gas is just kind of hanging here, but Void Ray finds one Overlord. A second one is hiding out here once again, and the Elazer sending it away, making sure this Void Ray can't find it. But no fleet beacon is going down. This time around, it's just going to be the Twilight Console with a forge. So Harstem just looking to go for this Blinky Stalkeroo. And what is Elazer thinking about? He's getting his lair. He's resaturated that gas. He's making droners at his other bases. Making sure that he's fully saturated on minerals before committing into any type of gas play. Is getting a Baneling Nest now as well. Interesting. So is this going to be Lingbane Hydralisk? Could also be Lingbane Ravager. I remember Elazer playing that a lot back when Immortal Archon Zealot was like the thing to play against Zerg. 6 gas is going up for Elazer, so he's going full gas. No ass. Harstem takes down the one creep tumor that Elazer has. Cancels the Baneling Nest, actually. Makes a Hydra Den. Okay. I don't know if that's... Couldn't you just have... He also makes a Spire. Okay, so I didn't fully misremember how Elazer was gonna try and attempt to play these games. We see Grooved Spines coming in. as in Hydra range. And Harstem is moving across the map with a couple of stalkers. He has Blinker +1 about to finish up. 4 gateways behind it. He doesn't really have a forward pylon, but he did expand towards his opponent. Now we see a lot of lings here from Elazer, ready to deal with these stalkers, but there is one oracle here to try and deal with the lings. We see a Hydra coming out, 8 Hydralisks coming out. Would have actually been really cool if he made like 2 Hydras, expecting this push to leave and then make a bunch of meta. But instead, he's making 8+ Hydralisks here, ready to deal with the Stalker. Now, Ling Hydra is very good at dealing with Stalkers, as long as the Stalkers aren't in, like, overwhelming amounts. Now, look at the Lings just running past the Stalkers here, trying to get us around, but not enough Lings as of yet. Stasis Ward goes down. A couple of the Lings get frozen in time and in space. Hydralisk speed is coming out. We do see the Spire. Is he gonna make like 5 meters? Because 5 meters do one-shot a probe. So maybe you make 6 in case there is a shield battery or something. And then you do it? Or are you just gonna pull the Jadong, where now you're gonna attack, you're gonna bank up some gas, and then boom, you pop like 15 meters all at once. Although the Jadong is more like a... I have a big Ling Bane Hydra army, I smash it into you, and then I remax on 30 meter. In the late game. Ooh, lots of links coming in from behind. Is there more coming in? We do see a force field, but this is a lot of Hydralisks. Harstem seems pretty ready, though. Is making more cannons. Getting another gateway up. How many gateways does he have? He has 5 gateways right now. 3 more finishing. And Storm is about to complete. We want to see Storm before this attack launches. Elazer hitting a very nice timing into Harstem, who does not have Storm just yet. And look at these Hydras and Lings getting on top of the Protoss army, and Elazer doubling the army supply of Harstem here. Again, no shield battery overcharge, but the top Hydra force is getting whittled down by the Stalkers and the Zealots. Now we do see the one Storm, second Storm. A lot of red Hydras here, but is it enough? These Stalkers, they need to do it. Oh, the Void Ray gets targeted down. And it looks like Harstem is holding, but we see 10 meters in the air. They were built by Elazer at the back of his push. Taking a 4th base as well. And now these meters just flying to the natural. I don't know if Harstem saw them, but he sees them now. And if this is a ladder game, you might just GG out right now. But Harstem is a fighter. He knows this is his tournament life. Well, it's not his tournament life, but losing one of your tournament series 2-0 doesn't bode well for your tournament chances, obviously. I think top 2 gets out of a group of 6. So, and especially with Serral in your group, you want to win against Elazer. Oh my god, and now the meters join with the army. All of these Stalkers stranded in the main base, and Elazer once again 1-2 a punch, and Harstem has to GG out. Elazer flowing like water, just scouting what Harstem is doing, reacting and punishing. That was very impressive. That just makes Zerg seem really, really good. Holy moly. 0 creep spread. Just make units and kill. 60 drones. That's all you need, baby. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this small best of 3. We're going to see a lot more of these in the future. Hope to see you there. Cheers. Have a great holidays.